When you're looking at your email inbox, what makes you want to open an email or procrastinate on that email? Well, it all comes down at that point to the subject line. So today I want to share with you 3 fails, 3 things we don't want to do with a subject line because those things are going to make our emails not get open. I'm Erin Labax. Thanks for watching. We're going to be looking at these 3 fails today, and all the examples are going to be from real emails from companies, which I've taken out the name. But you'll see, this is really happening that sometimes, and I've done it too, an email gets sent out with a subject line that is, for example, too general. That makes a reader not even realize that email is for them or relevant to them. It just sounds like an announcement. Also, lots of subject lines aren't actionable. They don't make it clear if you need to do something, and so people don't tend to open those. And lastly, sometimes an email subject line actually doesn't make sense to the reader. We're going to look at examples of all 3, and at the end I'll share what to do instead. Okay, here's one that I got a couple weeks ago. Subject line, Easter cards. Well, probably maybe wanting me to buy some Easter cards from them, but I don't really know, right? Now, when this happens in the workplace, it kind of sounds like, oh, this is just an announcement, a thing about cards. What am I supposed to do? If I received that as a work email, I wouldn't think I needed to open it. I would think that was just an update or information, right? Not something requiring something from me. Other examples of that kind of subject line, I've done these before. I'm trying not to now, and I'll show you at the end what to do, but new hire in accounting, project update, menu additions, client request, all of these can feel specific to the writer. I'm thinking about my new hire. Of course, I know what I want to do, right? Or I'm thinking of which client this is, but they don't feel specific to the reader. They don't feel like they pertain right to them. Similarly with fail 2, not actionable. Here's another one I received, and I think for its purposes, it did okay. This agreement isn't personal. That arouses curiosity, which is a good thing. But if this were a scenario where they want me to take an action, which in fact the email did, I don't know that, right? And when you're at work, that's one of the worst things is that we receive an email and don't realize we need to do anything. We're probably going to procrastinate on opening that unless it's really clear that we need to get on it or that it's really relevant to us. A few others that I think sound not actionable, even though maybe the topics the writer wanted action. Orientation paperwork. Yeah, they probably want the reader to do something with it, but we don't know what. Status update, classic, generic, and unactionable. Whose status? Who's going to do the update? There's a verb there, but we still don't know what action we need to take. Construction in parking B, new printer on this date. The question being, but what am I supposed to do? These would not inspire me to open them because I wouldn't know that I was involved. Last thing, speaking of our reader, just because a subject line makes sense to the writer doesn't mean it makes sense to the reader. We received this one at High Value Writing, up to 40% off SOLs, and then the name of the company. I'm not sure what that's meant to be in this context. Similar examples, almost the same letters, I would write new course SLOs. Student learning objectives, right? But that's specific that I know. It doesn't mean it makes sense to the receiver, just like SOLs didn't make sense to me. And we could say the same with these other ones. What are these acronyms? What are these products? What do we mean front end, back end? What specifically are we talking about? Okay, what you can do instead is just use a 2-part subject line. These are guaranteed to get more action because they clarify to the reader, hey, there's something for you here. All we do is say the topic in about 2 words, say the action in about 2 words. Here's a 3-minute video on how to do that. But here are some examples as well. I took that idea of the new hire in accounting, and now you can see the subject lines have different purposes, and they show more about the meaning of the message as well, right? The first one, it's for you to send materials. The second one, it's for us to welcome the new hire. The third one, it's for them to complete their paperwork. The fourth one, it's for me to go write an ad because we're about to have a new opening, right? So with all of these, not only do I know more, but I know, hey, I need to do something, and I even can tell that these pertain to me. So try that out. Let me know how it goes for you. People are finding this to be kind of a game changer in getting more opens. So I'd love to hear how it goes for you. And the follow-up video here will also include 5 ways to get more email opens, including this one and 4 more. So best wishes for your emailing. We'll talk soon.